Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another Minnesota Twins game review. And, well, we lost to Houston on the road to Verlander. I really don't think this was a surprise. Honestly, I think this was expected, especially with what we put out there. It was absolutely awful. I mean, I don't really have to tell you guys that. I'm sure you watched the game, and if you didn't, well, we're going to run through it, and you'll figure out why it was pretty awful. But here's the box score. Astros 7, Twins 1. 1 run on 4 hits. They scored 7 runs on 10 hits. No errors from either side. Verlander goes to 4-0. Kohl Stewart makes his 2019 debut with the Minnesota Twins. 0-1. Honestly, I think we all expected this. Like I said, I don't think I need to sit here and tell you that this was going to be a bad game from the start. I know that we've done well against Cy Young Award winners this year. Kluber, DeGrom, and Arrieta. We've won all 3 of those games, but Verlander, he's a different machine, machine at home. So, I mean, he's fantastic. I'm glad he got kicked out of the AL Central, but nothing we could do tonight. I mean, we looked awful at the plate. We looked awful in the field. It was bad. So this game broke our, 3 games in a row, 4 of our last 5 that we didn't score in the first inning. Houston got on the board with a Correa home run in the second that hit off the foul pole, and at that point, I knew things were done. We did get the first pitch out of the game, first out of the game. That was pretty nice, but yeah, it went downhill from there. Houston scored in the first couple of innings this time, 2 runs in the third, 4 runs, 2 runs in the fourth, and then that run in the second. We scored 1 in the fourth, but that was it. And then they put on 2 more in the 8th for a total of 7-1. But yeah, it was just, I mean, home run after home run. Brantley hit 1. Reddick hit 1. Correa hit 1. We did get 1 with Polanco. He was our only home run. But other than that, 3 hits, not good. Here's the bright thing, though. The bright side of things. There's a couple of things, actually, before we get to the box score with the players. Cleveland played today, right? But they lost yesterday. They lost against the Marlins yesterday, right? So that's huge. That means we did not lose any ground. We were still 1.5 games up. With the loss today, they did beat the Marlins today, which is expected, and we're playing Houston. I don't think that's really expected against Verlander, but we're still 0.5 games up. With an off day tomorrow, the worst we can have is a tie. And they play Philly, I think, tomorrow. Or no, they play Houston and then Philly. They have a tough schedule coming up. So do we. This is going to be a great test again. You know, see how we can hold up while Cleveland plays these tough teams. But, you know, hey, I want to get these tough teams out of the way. I know Cleveland is facing some easier opponents, and then now they're getting into their harder opponents. We've been playing tough guys all season. Besides the Orioles, besides Kansas City, Detroit was tough, and Kansas City was tough, even though they're not doing so hot. We've been playing some good teams this year. And obviously, you know, this is very humbling to see, you know, the Twins get blown out in 2 straight games, but to be in the fight for most of it, to still be leading in the AL Central, that's what's important. And like I said, we can, at worst, walk away with a tie. The other positive thing today, we did not use a single regular guy in the bullpen. I mean, considering I don't know what we were really trying to do with this game. It honestly, in my opinion, looking at it, it was a throwaway game. I literally don't think we had an intention to go in and win. We'll go through the lineup in a second, but Stewart started. He played in like a couple games last year. He pitched in Houston last year against Verlander. Did well, did okay, but I don't know why we put him back out there. And then we pitched Romero. So both of these guys came up yesterday. I was going to do a video about it today, but they pitched, so I can talk about it now. Both of these guys came up from AAA yesterday or today, and they played in today's game. I'm not sure how long they'll stay. Probably a little bit longer than, you know, Romero did last Saturday against the Orioles, where he was literally brought up for the doubleheader. But for these guys, good experience. We only used 2 pitchers. Considering, you know, the score and everything, yeah, it's not the way we wanted it to go, but to only use 2 pitchers that are not going to be regular starters, give everybody a bullpen rest, give all the starters a rest, give them an off day, so 2 days of rest, and let's be ready to go against Baltimore. This home series is going to be huge, and we'll talk about that after we get to the scores here. So Kepler led things off in center field. Buxton got the day off. Not sure why, but all right. He went 0 for 4. Then Polanco came up. He got our only hit, our only run, I should say, a home run. Went 1 for 4 with 1 RBI, 1 run. Cruz went 0 for 4. Rosario went 1 for 3. His average is really dipping. Like, that's just really not good. It's 276. It's not terrible, but, like, he's hit 10 home runs, and that's all he can do. I just don't want him to become a power hitter, right? Just a pure power hitter. He's literally got so much talent. I don't want him to just hit the long ball. He also walked. Crone, sorry, my bad. 0 for 4. Gonzalez, another 0 for 4. Literally batting a $169. Not good. You know who else is batting a $160? Andrianza, who did get a hit tonight. So that really raised his average. Are you kidding me? And then Astros went 1 for 3. Castro went 0 for 3. So yeah, like I just said, a weird lineup. Kepler in center field. The rest of the guys are normal until you get to Astros in right. Andrianza at second. Castro at catching in the 9 spot. So I mean, that's out of position players. That is Andrianza and Castro getting in. That's literally, I don't know what we're doing with our lineup. So I said, literally, I honestly think this was a throwaway game. I don't think we really had any intention of winning. That really frustrates me. Especially, after yesterday's performance of going 0-15 after we literally hit the 3-run home run, 0 for 15 against Wade Miley, and then we get blown out by Verlander. Really? Okay. But I would rather have, 2 bad losses against Houston. They're a good team. Bad losses against them. Fire us up for the homestand. It makes a huge difference when you put these guys out there, this lineup out there. But also, I mean, we struck out 10 times, only walked once. We got to walk more. And I understand that this is not the real lineup, but our real lineup, so we get the days off. We're seeing what we need to change. Go do it. This homestand is going to change a lot. We're playing Baltimore again. We swept them on the road. No reason we shouldn't be able to sweep them again. And then we get Houston for 4 games at home. I think that's going to be so much more different. Obviously, you'll have fans cheering for Minnesota most of the time. The majority of fans are going to be Minnesota fans. They'll be cheering for them. If we can win 2 against Houston, 2 or 3, I really think we can do it. And not by putting this lineup out there, but our normal lineup, I think we can do it. And we're going to see, who will we see? We're going to have to see one or either Verlander or Miley again. And then we beat Peacock. We can do it again. There's no reason we shouldn't be able to do it. If we actually pitch Barrios against Verlander, I don't know what the rotation is at this point because of the 3 games against Baltimore. Barrios is going to get 2 games in there. Those need to be wins. Odorizzi, if he shows up, those can be wins. We got to figure out what's going on with Pineda. But, we're not doing bad. And this game was literally our worst game offensively of the season. Well, yesterday was tough. We're playing Verlander. I mean, what can you really expect? But, yesterday was tough. Okay, forget about it. Cool, move on. Like I said, highlights from today's game. We rested some guys. They're going to be ready to go. We literally used nobody in our bullpen. And that's it. I mean, Polanco still got a home run. Positive things. So, what is there to look forward to against Baltimore, right? I mean, that's pretty much it. Actually, the one thing I do want to say, though, there's one play that really stuck out to me, and it was a ground ball back up the middle to Stewart. And Crone ran over to try to field the ball, and it went to Stewart's glove. He looked at first base and stopped. I know you know what I'm talking about if you watched the game. He ran. There was no effort there whatsoever. And at that point, I knew this game was over. I don't remember what inning that was in. I think it was 5-1 at that point. I just said this game is over. Stewart grabbed the ball, looked at the runner, took a step, and stopped. I swear, I don't know if he would have kept going if he would have gotten it or not, but no effort there on the tag. That was absolutely pathetic, and I knew the game was over. Let me know what you guys think about that play. But looking forward to Baltimore, there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to sweep them, especially if Barrios comes out ready. That's game 1. Then 2 and 3, Odorizzi and Gibson, probably 2 good pitchers if they're on. There's 3 wins, right? Then it's going to be what can we do against Houston again. If we could take 2, that'd be great. The one that Barrios is in and then whoever. That'd be great. But like I said, just, you know, we got to do better. I mean, give props to Stewart, right? He went 6 innings, did allow 5 runs, 2 home runs. So only struck out 1 and walked 3, but at least we used him. Get him some experience, get him learning, right? See what he needs to do against a good team. And then Romero, right? So, I mean, he didn't do bad, but gave up that 2-run home run. So, guys, what do you guys think about the series? I mean, it's really humbling to see that, you know, hey, the Twins, we're there, but we got to kick it up 1 notch, or we got to figure out what to do with our lineup. And then what do you guys think about that play with Stewart? I don't know. Maybe I'm being too hard on the guy, but I think that was just kind of pathetic. So that's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching. Make sure to come back tomorrow for another one. Hopefully it's a little bit more exciting. Scratch that. There's an off day tomorrow. Come back for a Minnesota Twins talk video. But then on Friday, come back for Baltimore's game review, and hopefully that'll be a lot more exciting. So we'll see you then.